Spatial autocorrelation is the correlation among values of a single variable strictly attributable to their relatively close locational positions on a two-dimensional surface, introducing a deviation from the independent observations with an assumption of classical statistics. When looking at this diagram, we can see the differences between negative and positive autocorrelation. The positive groups of all the similar data together, whereas with a negative autocorrelation, there is a mixture or a pattern of dissimilarity. This is an example of autocorrelation based on the endemicity of a tick-borne disease. We can see this is a positive autocorrelation by the grouping of similar data. The data is organized by probability scale, blue shades representing a low probability and red representing a high probability. This is an example of autocorrelation based on another tick-borne disease. We can see this is a negative autocorrelation by the fairly random spread of red and blue values. Again, the data is organized by probability scale, blue shades representing low probability and red representing a high probability. Gerrymandering means to divide a territorial unit into election districts to give one political party an electoral majority in a large number of districts, while concentrating the voting strength of the opposition in as few districts as possible. The word gerrymander was used for the first time in the Boston Gazette on March 26, 1812. The word was created in reaction to a redrawing of Massachusetts state Senate election districts under the then governor, Elbridge Gerry. In 1812, Governor Gerry signed a bill that redistricted Massachusetts to benefit his Democratic-Republican Party. When mapped, one of the contorted districts in the Boston area was said to resemble the shape of a salamander. The exact author of the term gerrymander may never be definitively established. It is widely believed by historians that Federalist newspaper editors Nathan Hale, Benjamin, and John Russell were the instigators, but the historical record gives no definitive evidence as to who created or uttered the word for the first time. The term was a combination of the governor's last name and the word salamander. This cartoon represents how fair and equal boundaries can be drawn, allowing a fair shot for each political party in each district. The average person may draw these districts like so. This next drawing is an example of boundaries redrawn by Rodney Richpig III, a Republican, to favor his own party. One of the four districts has a Democratic majority, and the other three have a Republican majority. This last cartoon is an example of newly drawn districts made by Dora Democrat, thus giving her own political party the majority vote, and leaving the Republicans with one district. This is a map of North Carolina's Congressional District 12. As you can see, this district stretches from one large city across multiple others and appears to have a salamander shape. Majority of the voters in this district are African American. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in Shaw v. Reno in 1993 that a racial gerrymander may, in some circumstances, violate the Equal Protection Clause, although redistricting may be used to create minority-majority districts where none exist at present and to correct historical discrimination. Thus, the district was redrawn and approved by the Supreme Court. Utah's Congressional District 2 seems to have the same problem. This district spans almost half of the state and covers the eastern portion of the rural areas of Utah. This district is the most Republican district in Utah to hold a Democrat in office. However, since the 2010 census and numerous attempts to change the voting districts, a fourth district was added.